The human's brain was still glowing on the altar when my empire began deleting its own anthem. I was already dead by then, not fully gone. Priests of Koran don't leave cleanly. Our last breath is stored in the copper throat rings, so a confession can be played at burial. Mine kept speaking after my neck was opened. The human prisoner lay beneath the scanner, wrists tied with white cord, face turned toward the ceiling mural of our first emperor eating the sun. Her name was Noemi Vale. She smelled of antiseptic stale rain and the little pepper candies she kept hidden in her sleeve. I'd noticed those candies during interrogation, because she offered me one after I ordered her sentence. I refused. She smiled anyway, with one split lip. That was the first infection. Noemi wasn't a commander. She wasn't a spy. She repaired hydroponic pumps on a border station with bad lighting and chairs that squeaked. The Empire called her a doctrinal contaminant because she'd hidden 4 Koran defectors inside a water tank and taught them how to breathe through drinking reeds. When we caught her, she didn't beg. She asked if the defectors had eaten. I remember the clerk dropping his stylus. It made a tiny, ridiculous sound on the marble floor, like a beetle falling into a bowl. Our law had no category for that question. Mercy, to us, was a ceremonial word. Forgiveness was a weapon used by rulers after victory, polished and displayed. No one forgave from a cell. No one forgave while waiting for knives. Noemi did. She asked me my name. I gave her my title. She said titles were what frightened people wore when skin wasn't enough. The scan was supposed to prove human treachery. Our emperor wanted the Senate to see the inner map of a rebel mind. Hatred, strategy, hidden coordinates, the usual dirty machinery. The ritual hall filled before dawn. Nobles came in lacquered masks. Officers wore metal chains bright enough to scratch the eye. Noemi was placed under the lens at 12 minutes past the hour of first incense. Someone had spilled blue tea near the west column. I don't know why that detail remains. Maybe death keeps the useless things because the useful ones burn. The scanner opened her memories like rooms. We saw a cracked mug with a cartoon moon on it. We saw her mother teaching her to fold fitted sheets badly. We saw a grocery receipt she'd kept because someone had written good luck on the back. Then we saw us. We saw the camp. We saw the 4 defectors shaking inside the water tank. Their gills clogged, their eyes milked with panic. Noemi pressed her palm against the tank wall and said, "You're not monsters. You're just hungry and scared." The hall murmured. Our language had no direct translation for that sentence. The emperor ordered deeper extraction. That was his mistake. Mine too. The scanner found the memory of my judgment chamber. It showed me standing above her, reading the death rite in my good ceremonial voice. Noemi's hands were tied. Her left thumb kept rubbing a tiny thread loose from the cord. Then the memory shifted. Not to hatred. To me. Not as executioner. As a tired old creature with ink on his fingers and a cracked throat ring. She'd noticed the tremor in my hand. She'd noticed I hadn't eaten. She'd wondered if priests were allowed to have children. The court went still. Not silent, still. There's a difference. Silence is absence. Stillness is a blade deciding where to land. The scanner translated her emotional state into color. Koran anger burns white. Fear shows green. Deception is silver. Noemi's memory of me appeared gold. Forgiveness. Raw. Uninvited. Disgustingly bright. The emperor stood so fast his mask cut his cheek. He ordered the scan sealed. Too late. The ritual feed had already reached every temple screen, every military shrine, every nursery wall where children learned that humans hated us by nature. Noemi turned her head toward him. The cords had rubbed her wrists red. Her hair stuck to the scanner gel. Her face had gone the color of old paper. She said, "You taught them I couldn't do that." Those were her last words to him. You must understand what collapsed. Not buildings first. Not fleets. Belief. Our empire was built on the doctrine of pure enemy. Every tax, every oath, every child taken into military schooling rested on one carved sentence: "The outer species cannot see us as souls." Noemi's brain showed otherwise. Worse, it showed she'd seen me clearly and forgiven me before I deserved even a cup of water. The first temple riot began in the Capitol nursery. Teachers tried to shut off the screens. Children screamed because the gold color was still spreading across the wall. The second fracture came from the execution regiments. Soldiers who had watched the scan removed their throat guards and placed them in piles outside barracks doors. One admiral shot his own command screen. Another opened the prison docks. I was bleeding beside the altar when Noemi looked at me again. The Emperor had struck me for failing to stop the feed. My throat ring recorded everything, including the wet clicking noise I made trying to breathe. Noemi reached across the gap between her table and my floor. She couldn't touch me, 2 fingers short. A shabby distance. That ruined me more than the knife. This is my eulogy for Noemi Vale, hydroponic mechanic, condemned contaminant, breaker of holy machinery. She didn't conquer us. She didn't outthink our generals. She let us look at the one place we believed no enemy could enter, and inside it we found ourselves already pardoned. 3 hours after the scan, the Emperor's guard opened the palace gates. By nightfall, the anthem was illegal. By the next cold morning, people were scraping sun-eater murals from courtroom ceilings with kitchen knives, prayer spoons, broken metal pens, whatever their hands could find. I speak now from a throat ring displayed in the Museum of Failed Gods. Children press the button and hear me confess. Some laugh at my old priest voice. Some stare at the preserved scanner lens until their parents tug them away. Beside the lens sits one small evidence bag. Inside it are Noemi's pepper candies. Unopened.